10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, hail the Knights of the Gimmick table where we spit the truth at the infamous round table and your feelings get left at the door. I am Boogaloo. This is LowRyda. We are the Dead Presidents. And down there is the artist formerly known as Kaide Lothbrok. What's up, brother?
What's going on, guys? How you guys?
What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in.
Got this, man. Big WrestleMania weekend. I heard you opted out. I heard you opted out on the big paydays.
Yeah, I've had my fun WrestleMania weekend, like a lot of us have. Just not worth it for me to go down there this year. I appreciate the offers I had, but got priorities up here. Got to take care of the family, get those bills to pay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, not a problem, man. That's a smart choice,
Yeah, that's the way you got to do it, man. Once you get that responsibility, right, you need to
that family shit.
Take care of them.
Yep. The family stuff changes everything, man. Priorities change.
Yep. All right. You want to start by paying some bills, guys?
Yeah, sure, well, let's pay some bills.
All right.
We are having trouble streaming to Twitch.
Yeah, giving Twitch issues, I see. All right,
Lord.
there we go.
If you or anybody in your family is an athlete, then Sleeves.com is for you. Sleeves offers a wide variety of all your athletic needs, such as compression pants, compression shorts, compression shirts, rash guards, mouthpieces, knee pads, arm sleeves, dick sleeves, headbands, and even dirty boxers. So if you or anybody in your family is an athlete, then use your promo code MWAPOD for your 10% discount and tell them Rosie O'Donnell.
All right. And healthvape.com. Health Vape sells healthy vaping alternatives. All their products have no harmful or addictive chemicals. They are vitamin infused, and they have no nicotine. So make sure you pick yourself up some of their VapoPod products using our code MWAPOD for that 10% discount. This fucking thing keeps popping up and I can't take the thing off now.
All right.
All right. Also, let's do the follow us on Twitter and Instagram at MWA World. Subscribe to us on all podcast platforms and YouTube, MWA Podcast Network. Also, if you're not, even though I believe we're having issues with Twitch right now, twitch.tv/MWA World. And storefrontier.com/MWA World, where you can get yourself one of these dope ass hoodies or a shirt, or support your boys.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. So yeah. All right. I'm pretty sure we got a couple comments in there. We got Piers Austin in the building.
Yo, what's up, Piers?
There he is.
The boys.
Yeah, he's keen
for this one. I don't know what keen means, but
excited.
Oh, okay.
Andy Flick, what the fuck? All right.
What's
is
up,
that
Andy
a pipe
Flick?
fitter? Is that pipe fitter Pete? Okay.
I don't know. Is that you?
I have no idea.
Okay.
And
we got our boy right there.
He needs the 4X.
There. Yeah. I think they might have some 4X
got
on
some
there.
4Xs for you.
But
All
yeah,
right.
let's get our guest on, man. You
Yeah,
wanna
he's
give
gonna
an
he's gonna try
introduction to him?
connecting from the computer. So he's having a little connection problem. So I'm
Yeah, I
waiting for
see.
him.
He he's on the other one. I see him.
Okay, so yeah, we
All right.
should be ready to go.
Let's
All
go.
right, here we go.
Lucky 13, you live on the air.
I
What's
can't
up,
I
brother?
can't see. Is he there? I can't
Yes,
Yeah,
see
see.
you.
I don't see him.
I have no idea. Oh wait,
there
I've got that thing on my camera.
There
he
you
is. There he is.
Oh, you
We're
got
all
that
good.
too.
You
Me
got
too.
the tape. You got the tape to
Yeah,
avoid.
I leave that on. Yeah, I
You
was
don't
trying
want-
to listen on my phone. Everyone sounded like they were like demons. Like, I'm like, what is happening?
All right, well,
Well,
we
that's just
we
Kaide
really are.
Lothbrok.
Cave
That's
Lothbrok
great, yeah.
summoning the Norse gods.
Yeah,
Let
living the gimmick.
me turn this volume
What's up, man? Thank you for
So what's
joining
going on,
us
man?
today.
Thanks for coming on, man. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I mean,
Anytime, bro. Anytime. Anytime.
yeah,
So,
I'm excited. It's been a while since I've done a podcast, and
Okay.
I know.
shit.
Yeah, I remember like freaking watching you guys back when I was like in high school, like going to because
Come on,
you
man.
guys did what? You had a little run in like short in CZW. You worked for like Pops, right? In WXW.
Yeah, we work
Yeah,
for Pops
yeah.
mostly.
Yeah. I
WXW.
used to go to all the shows in Allentown.
Oh,
Okay.
no shit.
All right, nice, nice.
Okay.
All right.
So, who were you trained by?
Actually, Trotsky trained me a little bit, and then I went to Chikara.
Supremely great.
Yeah.
Were you trained at that
Okay.
church?
No, he was training me out of a place in Allentown. Gosh, what was the name of it now? Regardless, it was like a little gym building that a bunch of the guys that eventually went to Chikara all started at, and it was like our
Okay.
own little school kind of we had that he kind of
That's-
worked us trained us under the table there.
I was training with him.
Thanks for tuning in.
You learn a lot. He really knows his shit.
Yeah, he
I
knows
mean,
the
Yeah,
business.
smart, very smart.
Yeah. I was kind of pissed when he revealed himself to be the like angry wrestling vet. Because like remember, did you ever follow that? It was a Facebook or Twitter or
Yeah,
something?
it was like it was a Facebook of guy just like it was like going off on like basically bullshit wrestling and calling things out. So I didn't know that was
Oh,
him
no
though.
shit.
Yeah, and
Was that?
everybody was like, wow, this is great. This is this guy knows so much, and everybody loved him. And then he finally revealed himself, and everybody's like, who the fuck are you? Like they thought it was gonna be like the Undertaker or something, like the way. Yeah.
Oh, no shit. Oh, no. I didn't know.
That's
anything
awesome.
about
No, I
that.
never knew that. That's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, that is pretty funny, though, man. Yeah,
how
Supreme
long
League
did you
Eight's a
train
good
with him?
dude, man.
What's that?
How long you trained with Supremely Great for?
I mean, I still go up to the sanctuary whenever I can, but we were only with him for a couple months before we went to Chikara.
Okay.
So you
Okay,
weren't
okay,
trained
over
at
there with
you're
Quackenbush?
not you weren't trained by CCW? I thought you were CCW, or did you transfer? You were part of the CCW Chikara school combo. Was that
No, I was way before that, dude. I was
Oh,
training.
shit.
I was training with like Larry Sweeney and Akuma and Claudio and
Oh fuck! I thought I for some reason I thought you were part of that like Chikara CCW mashup for a little bit.
I'm old as fuck, dude.
I know you're old, but yeah, I don't know what people train. Fuck. So how'd you make your way to CCW then? How'd that happen? I mean, I know you started.
Hold on,
Oh,
bro.
what?
Let's
Jesus.
talk about Chikara, man.
All
He
right.
was over there. Chikara was before CCW, right?
Yeah. It's so long ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, Chikara was before CCW. They kind of actually started to blend at like the same time.
So you were there. Who were you training with over there?
Where Chikara?
Yeah.
It was Quackenbush at the time.
Okay.
Hero was running classes. Claudio would
Oh, that's
run
good.
classes.
Oh man, that's some good
Um,
training right there.
Was
Yeah, Skyler was
Okay.
coming in like twice a year then, and Delirious ran a few classes here and there.
Some top level
Okay.
names right there, man.
Yeah, there's some big names over there.
So who was
Yeah.
in your class in Chikara? Like who were you coming up with?
Well, I never actually officially got like part of a class because
Okay.
I was like the outsider that was like kind of coming in and paying daily fees and everything.
Gotcha.
And going training like two, 3 times a week, and then eventually I just showed up so much that Quack gave me a gimmick.
Oh,
So like, who
nice.
was there? Who was coming up when you were going there? Then like who were some of the young guys?
Well, it's me, Orange Cassidy, Gosh, who else was there? Like I said, Sweeney, Akuma, Sharecropper, DJ Skittles. Nobody good like besides
Fucking
him.
name of all time. DJ Skittles. Man, I've been hearing some of the greatest indie names is like who's the other one? Black this Jack. You heard that? I think that's a great name.
Pierce got
Crossbones was there training at the time. Ultramanus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pierce has a guy. What's that guy's name? Outback
New Jack. Yeah, that's fucking great. In Australia, there's a hardcore guy in Australia. Outback New Jack is awesome.
That's an awesome name.
It's phenomenal. So
I like Hoodfoot too. Hoodfoot's a dope ass name too.
I get to see him this weekend.
Oh yeah, you're doing
XPW
this weekend, right?
Yeah, King of the Death Match. Oh my god, that's great.
Perfect.
You talk with Rob Black?
Yeah. I randomly messaged him, like, I get like literally probably 75% of my bookings when I go home after work and I drink excessively and I get blackout drunk, and then I don't give a fuck, so I'll just randomly just start messaging promoters. And most of like 50% of the time I completely embarrass myself, but sometimes like they'll just message me back and be like, yeah, sure. And that's kind of what happened with like XPW is I sent Rob Black this long message, rambling message where it didn't make any sense at all, explaining to him how like back in the day I was the biggest XPW fan, and back the XPW and CZW feud going on was like my favorite time for wrestling, and blah blah blah, and it'd be an honor for me to get into XPW and blah blah. And then he messaged me back eventually, was like, yeah, Schlack and a couple other guys have thrown your name around, so we'll bring you out. And I was like, wow, can't believe that worked. Like,
hey man, good for you, dude.
You're gonna like him. He's a good dude. We worked with him for a little bit when XPW. You definitely like him. He's a nice guy, man. Good.
Yeah, I talked to him because I guess he sends voice texts instead of text messages. That's his thing. So I guess I haven't talked to him. I've heard his voice a bunch, but I look forward to meeting him.
He's a cool dude. All right, good, Stockade, good. Fire away.
Well, what was the gimmick in Chikara? Because I had no idea you were even there. So this is completely new to me.
I was the retail dragon.
The retail dragon.
Yeah, team. I started off. My first match was against. Was my first match against Mickey Knuckles, or was my first match against Ice Cream Jr.?
Ice Cream Jr.
I don't remember which one was the first match, but neither of them. Well, I made Mickey Knuckles cry.
Whoa! Rewind.
We've since made up and become good friends, but because I heard she was like this badass like deathmatch wrestler, and I've never had any kind of interaction with like deathmatch or anything at the time. So we go and we work this match, and it was fine. It was what it was. But after the match, I said something to her like, "Oh, I heard you were this huge badass. I thought you were gonna like light me up a lot more than you were really light." And I guess she like took offense to that I told her that I thought she worked too light. And then Quack came up to me. He's like, "You really upset Vicky with what you said to her." I'm like, "Oh my god, my first show, I'm getting in trouble. Jesus Christ!"
She worked too light. Isn't that a compliment? Like, isn't that the art form to not hurt somebody?
Yeah, you wanna make people think that you're killing them. So
yeah, I don't know, but so I had to go to apologize to Mickey after my first match, and then the second one was Ice Cream Jr. And that's when the first time they ever used the sprinkles in Chikara. We did it like it was thumbtack. Did a whole thing where we teased the power bomb on it, and then a bunch of reversals, and then eventually, hit the power bomb on them for the finish and sold them like hell. Yeah,
awesome. That is all the sprinkles instead of thumbtacks. That's genius.
And only the ice cream guys brought it out, like the guys that were dressed like ice cream cones. It was like
I remember seeing those dudes dressed like ice cream cones. That was a while back, right?
Yeah, it was like 2005, 2006.
Okay. I remember seeing like photos of them. I'm like, what the fuck? These guys are dressed up like ice cream?
Yeah, literally the head was like the ice cream, and then it was like a cone coming off sideways off the top.
That missed opportunity. Dead presidents versus the ice creams, man. That's a missed opportunity right there.
That was fucking great.
I would have loved to see Boogaloo and LowRyda versus the fucking ice creams. You guys would have.
I mean,
Were they any good?
It was just Quack and Hollow Wicked under the mask. So.
Yeah, they were
was it?
great workers underneath. Yeah.
Everybody, it was like almost everybody had 2 gimmicks at one point. I mean, I never did, but a lot of the guys did.
So then
They were,
from Chikara,
Quack was really good at making sure the guys, like when they did other gimmicks, that they all had like different mannerisms and everything, and didn't like move the same in the ring. Like they had different walks, they wrestled different styles, so you couldn't be like, oh, that's Hollow Wicked under that mask.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's cool. That is
That's
good.
smart, man. That's good. Good
People
teaching.
learn how to work different ways.
he was
too, at the same
he
time.
was a. Did you guys ever run into him or work with him?
Quack.
Quack.
Yeah, I've done a lot of shows with Quack. I just never got to work him.
I mean,
I got to work his boys, but never got to work with him.
He's like a super genius. He's like Rain Man of wrestling. Like he's just like super knowledgeable and everything.
I know he pissed. I know Carino didn't like him. Carino couldn't stand him. I guess because when Carino was trying to get into business, he asked Quack how to get in the business, and Quack gave him some bullshit answer. So then got in with Carino got in with King Kalua, and then ever since then he would go out of his way to fuck with Quack and Bush.
Well, the fuck's her name? Danger, Allison. Are we talking about the same Carino? Allison, like Steven Allison. She was at Chikara for a while, like training there. I remember when she was another one that was there training when I was there.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. Remember Allison? She's a good person too. But they're all good people, man. I like them all. I remember there was a beef though with Carino and the Quack.
Huh? Never knew that.
Yeah, I was saying I never knew that either. Shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they knew each other. Goddamn. So then
everybody knows everybody in wrestling somehow.
Yeah. So did you work for PWG or was it from Chikara straight to CZW?
It was what the hell's PWU?
PWU. I'm sorry.
No, it was Chikara. It was Chikara to CZW first. I was working for Greg Excellent, ran a promotion out in Hanover, Pennsylvania, called Groundbreaking Wrestling, and they were essentially backyarders, which was what we were too at the time. Like me and Dan Champion and Orange Cassidy, we were all backyarders that went to Chikara, and I mean the Chikara guys were all backyarders too. That and well, so was Quack, but we all were basically backyarders. And that's what Greg and this group was. And I have no idea how we even hooked up with Greg. It might have been from like the website, like if you remember the Backyard Wrestling link, where you could go and like post your backyard wrestling videos.
Oh yeah. I never did that, but guys I trained with would show me their old stuff from it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we hooked up with Greg and
Spinelli.
Spinelli? Oh.
Yeah.
We hooked up with Greg somehow, and he was running this promotion called Groundbreaking Wrestling in Hanover, Pennsylvania, which was like a 3-hour drive from us in Jersey. But we were young kids they had nothing to do on weekends, so we would drive out there and work for Greg. And Greg was also a big CZW mark, so he would pay for like Ruckus and like Derek Frazier to come work the shows too. And since it wasn't that far from Maryland, those guys would come up and work. And one of the matches I happened to get booked against Ruckus, and I wrestled him, and he was like, "Hey, you're pretty talented. You mind if I throw your name out to John Zandig?" And I was like, "What? Like that'd be sick." And then it was not too much long later, I got a phone call, and they're like, "Hey, we want to bring you guys in to wrestle. I think we were going to feud with Cheech and Cloudy to start."
Oh wow!
Yeah, Cheech and Cloudy.
So that's how I got into CZW. Is I wrestled Ruckus once, and he recommended me.
He pulled your name out for
That's
you.
how it used to be, right? I mean, guys used to recommend
Pretty
guys.
much.
That was word of mouth.
Yeah, guys used to support other guys and stuff instead of like bringing everybody down. Yeah,
instead of burying people.
No, they did that. They did that back then too.
No, yeah, they did. They definitely did.
There was just no social media, so it wasn't prevalent.
Yeah, it
Right.
wasn't.
Back then it was worse
noticeable.
because at least now you got social media that you could promote yourself. Back then it was worse.
Fuck.
Like, that
Yeah,
guy's shit.
if you didn't have a hookup though, it was easy for somebody to shit on you and you not be able to fucking
Defend yourself, or even show people what you could do,
Mhm.
because without having YouTube and all that shit. Like right now, man, it's like you see everybody, every match that people do now is like available. You know, back in when we were doing WXW and shit, we had to wait for our tapes, and
I'd watch
sometimes
you
they
guys on
wanted us to purchase
Electric TV.
Yes, the fucking the cable access. Yeah, we used to go watch it afterwards, especially when we did Allentown at Red Robin, right? Was that Red Robin we would go to?
Yeah, Red Robin.
Yeah, we'd go to Red Robin.
Go to Red Robin and watch yourselves.
Yeah, because it was we would be there. No, we would be there eating. We would do the show at like 12 or 1 o'clock, and then they would air it at like 7 o'clock, and we'd be at the Red Robin drinking and
eating,
hanging out.
Getting that bottomless fries and then watching yourselves wrestle. Nice.
Shit, I don't even remember what I ate. I just remember drinking. Just remember drinking, and not much after the drinking.
Well, nothing's changed, right?
Yeah,
dude. No, but back like when I was doing like CZW and stuff like that. Like you guys were talking about going to Red Robin and drinking and stuff. Like after the shows, we used to always like the entire locker room would get together and go to the bar, grab food, grab drinks, hang out for a little bit, and then you disperse and go back. But anymore, it's just like show's over, everybody's leaving, going to the It's like
everyone goes their separate ways. Yeah,
the camaraderie of like the locker rooms like kind of like not there anymore. It's not like it used to be.
That's how I met these two. These two assholes took me under their wing and corrupted me from a very young age. We used to back in New York, dude. We would all go out to our spot was Ruby Tuesdays, and these two assholes were like, "Up, you're hanging with us all night." And that's how this all happened. So I miss it too, man. It's weird.
Like you might have like groups that go out now, like. Like 5 or 6 people, but it's not. It was literally the entire locker room would go out. Like,
yeah, I think that's
how it was up by us, dude.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think that was the way it was. That like I remember we did that a lot after WXW and NYWC, definitely,
definitely.
I feel like
look forward to that
in Queens, everybody kind of went home. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Hang out after the show.
I was saying, like, sometimes hanging, like the show was secondary to actually just getting to hang out and chill with everyone afterwards.
Yeah, very true.
Like that was sometimes more. But when you got to CCW, you guys were feuding with Cheech and Cloudy. Were you always Lucky 13? I mean, was that like your creation and your idea, or was it given to you?
No, I don't. So I started as Lucky because when I backyard wrestled, my character was a leprechaun. So I was lucky. I carried a pot of gold. I carried a pot of gold, and I had like striped socks, like and knickers and shit like that. But it was all very bad. And, like
you should bring that. You should bring that gimmick back, and then let Pierce Austin be the leprechaun that comes out with you.
So I had to get like.
Pierce is watching. Let's see if he responds. Good man, good.
So I had to get like real gear and stuff when I finally like was gonna have my first match, and I got my favorite wrestler. One of my favorite wrestlers then was Paul London, and I loved the biker shorts that he wore. So I got a pair of biker shorts. They were just like green with like little clovers on them. I guess to commemorate my 25% Irish heritage. So, but I wanted to keep the name because, in my head, I was this big time backyard wrestler. So I wanted to keep my name,
Of course, brother.
People knew me by Lucky. Like,
everybody knew you in the backyard world. Huh?
Yeah. So, I wanted to keep the name, but I just made it like I kept the name and just made it into from a leprechaun to like I guess like a miniature clone of Paul London, but I didn't do anything nearly as good as him. But I stole half of his moves when I first started. I was trying to do the drop salt, the shooting star press. Him and Jody Fleisch and Amazing Red. Basically, anything they did, I stole.
People sleep on. All right, you said Jody Fleisch. People sleep on Johnny Storm. Johnny Storm was phenomenal. He was.
Johnny Storm was great.
Yeah, and then. What's her name's brother? Paige's brother. He was Zebra Kid at the time. Zebra Kid, and is Roy Bevis, but he was Zebra Kid. phenomenal, man. I mean, those three guys, they could go. I mean, I love watching them wrestle, and people sleep on them. Everybody remembers Jody, but those two guys could make Jody look phenomenal, man.
Well, I
But yeah,
think
those
that kind of happened. Like Jody seemed to get like exposed a little bit when he wasn't working with those guys.
Yeah, when he
Right.
wasn't working his
Yeah.
core guys, pretty much.
Mhm.
But yeah, then I was lucky, this little Irish guy, I guess, and I did that for a while, and then I became the Retail Dragon. I was doing Lucky and Retail Dragon side by side, like doing Chikara as Retail and taking other bookings as Lucky. And then
Now was Retail Dragon like a ripoff of American Dragon? Or something?
Super Dragon. So I
Oh,
was supposed
Super
to.
Dragon. Oh, you
I
on
was
the
supposed-
hood?
Yeah, I was supposed to do. I was supposed to debut at the Tag World Grand Prix as with a mystery partner that was going to be Super Dragon, and Super Dragon ended up. He was all on board, I guess, and then it ended up falling through somehow. I don't know what happened, but that was the original plan. That didn't happen, and then I ended up getting stuck with a 7-foot plus dragon as my tag team partner.
Could be worse.
ended up getting over way more than I ever did.
It is
I would have
Chikara,
loved.
man.
I would have loved to work at Chikara, man. That sounds like it was just a good time.
And then yeah, I took a little time off from 2008 to 2010. Did like MMA and kickboxing and shit because I thought I was a fucking badass.
So
And that was
you just took time off so you could pursue that, or it was just
yeah, so I could
were you
train
burned
that,
out
like,
from wrestling?
yeah, train 5 days a week doing that, and I ended up not being good at it. I ended up being good at getting hit a lot, but not falling down. I did one boxing match. It was a celebrity boxing match, and I was on the undercard somehow. And I fought an actual like boxer with a pro record, and I did like sand chow kickboxing, MMA. So my boxing wasn't good. Like I was more of like I could, flare my leg out there to keep you away from me. I could wrestle. And I did this three round exhibition, and after got my ass kicked the entire time. I don't even know if I landed a punch in the fight. And then after the match got over, the referee walked up to me and he goes, "Dude, I'll tell you what, I've never seen somebody get hit so many times and not fall down." I don't know if that was a compliment or if that was telling me something. Like maybe this isn't for me. But yeah, then one day I got a call from Mike Burns, who was booking CZW at the time from Smart Mark. And he was like, "Hey, we got this idea for a gimmick." Shut up, phone. We got this idea for a gimmick. You'd have to come in and we got this idea. It would culminate with you getting to main event at CZW Cage of Death. Some names were thrown around and yours was thrown around. I know you from the past, so I'd like to, extend you an offer and see if you take it. So I was looking for a way to get back into wrestling then. And it just happened to be like convenient that Burns called me because I also didn't want to like go back to doing like these shit indies and everything and trying to rebuild my name. So it was a blessing that he just called me out of the blue and was like, "Hey, I know you've been out of wrestling for 2 years. I want to bring you back. And in 12 months, you're going to main event, one of the biggest shows for the biggest indie companies, going right now. You just have to start doing death matches." I was like, "Well, all right." Like, I was like, "I'll just, wear a shirt and figure it out." And that's how he was like, "Yeah, we'll give you the name 13, like T-hurt-teen, like it's a play on the word hurt." I don't know where that came from, but I hated that name. It was awful. So I was a part of the Cult Fiction it was me, Masada, JC Bailey, Brain Damage, and then Drake Younger would join. So pretty sick lineup of deathmatch guys that I luckily
who's who?
Yeah, luckily I was on their side because I would go back and watch the matches and they would just beat the shit out of like Scotty Vortex and Danny Havoc. Like I felt bad for the guys, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Brain damage
So-
was fucking no joke. The clips I've seen of him, fuck.
Yeah,
So you came back in 2010. That
Yeah.
was, and you were like just coming back into CZW. I mean, that's the you. I know you said you wanted to go into something. You didn't want to be slumming it no more, trying to build up your name. So you get back in there, and you just. Did you believe what the line of bullshit the guy was telling you? Oh yeah, in a year from now you'll be headlining. Because you know how wrestling, you take everything with a grain of salt. Like, oh yeah, you're going fucking WrestleMania. Okay, motherfucker.
Yeah, no,
You know what I'm
I mean, I totally believed him.
saying?
Yeah. I mean, either way, for me, it was a foot in the door to get back
Right.
into CZW rather than whatever. So, and then yeah, it ended up working out that I did this whole gimmick, and then we did the Cage of Death. I forget if we won or lost that one. Oh, we lost that Cage of Death, and then 2 years later, I ended up 2 years or 3 years later, I ended up winning the Cage of Death, and that's when like Mondo returned.
Okay.
That was
Regardless-
what's it called Gulak's brother, right? As Little
Yeah,
Mondo. Yeah.
Rory was Little Mondo.
Yes.
But yeah, then I was 13, and that whole thing ran for an entire year. That program, they stretched it out from January all the way to December. With like, it started with me coming in as a, doing a regular exhibition match, and then there was vignettes of me getting, jumped in the locker room and like beat into the Cult Fiction, and then the whole feud between them and what was their names, the Suicide Kings, the other stable.
that was Scotty and them, right?
Yeah, played out for the entire year. And when Cage of Death came, we did Cage of Death. And then it wasn't much longer after that. Was it JC? JC passed first, or Brain Damage passed first?
It was JC first.
Yeah.
How did you pass away?
Drug overdose.
Oh shit! And what about the other dude?
Drug overdose. No, how did Marvin die? Marvin.
I don't remember.
Did he commit suicide? I have no idea.
I think I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it sounds. There's been too many to keep track, man. Every time, But I think so. I think it was like some real low point type shit, and he didn't get out of it, basically. But I don't want to give 100% on that.
Yeah, I don't remember either, to be honest. But the stable broke up. The guy that was our mouthpiece, they didn't like having him in the locker room and everything, so they kicked him out. They got tired of paying for Briggs flights from Texas up to Philadelphia, so they stopped bringing in Masada, and it got to the point where I was like the only one left, and they still wanted to use me, but I hated my name, so I was like, fuck it, I'm going back to Lucky, because I hate the name 13. But he's like, but everybody knows you as 13, so how do I combine those? I just make it, I put two together, so instead of T13, it's just Lucky with the name 13 after. And then I had the idea, like, oh, with this gimmick, I could be anything. Like, what is Lucky 13? I could be, an assassin, like, oh, code name Lucky 13. And I did absolutely nothing with it.
Hey, if you would have did that, like an assassin, that's Lucky 13 code name, I think that would have been fucking money right there.
Well, I had the idea, and then all of a sudden, Low Key shows up in New Japan with the fucking in the Hitman outfit, and I'm like, fuck. Like,
hey, but you could do. You're doing death matches. You could be a mercenary. Code name Lucky 13.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm still thinking of ways to develop the character and do. I don't know if I have to do some kind of like name change or gimmick change or something, but I got to figure out something here because I'm coming up on my last run here.
All right, man.
So
more power to you, because that deathmatch shit ain't no joke. That takes a damn toll on your body.
Yes, sir.
Well,
so when did the Nation of Intoxication come into play? Like, when did that start with you, Danny, Dev?
That wasn't much longer after. Like I said, the whole Cult Fiction kind of devolved and fell apart, and they stopped bringing the guys in. And during that feud, I became really good friends with Grant and Dev and stuff from wrestling them every single month. And like I said, back then we all going out after shows to the bar and everything. So I'm hanging out till with Danny Havoc and those guys till 3-4 in the morning usually. So we developed a good friendship, and they were like, hey, we really like you. How can we turn this around and make this that you're on our side? And the one thing that we all had in common was we all really liked getting fucked up. Like we all had our own vices. Yeah, and that was the one thing that brought us together, was we all liked partying, and it just seemed like, oh, nation of intoxication, because that's what we do when we get together. We just hang out and party. Yeah, and that's basically how that started.
Yeah, I mean that was a great gimmick. You guys, it was a genuine gimmick too. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Was that like kind of like what you guys? No, that wasn't you. That was Tackleberry, right? That had like the beer belly bandits, some shit like
Yeah,
that.
no, that was they were like the rated G version of the Nation. The Nation was like rated NC-17, and they were like fucking great.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
The
I always wanted to steal the like Irish drinking team's gimmick, where like they came out with the Jameson, they would like pour it in the fan's mouth like during their entrance. But I don't know. I also at the same time didn't want to completely rip them off, because they were CCW guys and it was still so it would look like a complete rip off, but I thought that was always a brilliant idea.
Yeah, who should have done it. Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah, fuck it.
It's wrestling.
I don't know how long before that was that? Paying homage, man.
Gosh, what was that? That was like it probably was like 10 years earlier.
Yeah, man. You
What was
could
the
have
Irish
fucking
drinking team?
jacked
Irish
it.
drinking team was Ian Knox, and I can't remember the other one.
Yeah,
Whatever.
just start doing it now. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But it's a tribute to Ian Knox and
You end up getting yourself
God.
arrested
And so.
because some pussy in the crowd will be like, I wasn't 21.
Oh, yeah.
He gave me Jameson.
Lucky 13 canceled.
You don't want to get on that list.
So I think that's where I first met you at the CZW when they ran Rhode Island, right? I think you were up there.
I was. That's where I went to the
Yeah.
hospital. I got cut really bad.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, I
I had
remember that.
it looked like I had like a shotgun wound, like through my my lap almost. Yeah, I got sliced by a light tube.
Through your
Yeah, it
lap,
was-
you said?
Yeah, it was. Well, it's like my armpit area. It took 36 stitches to close.
Wow.
CZW paid for that?
No,
I hope you used the gimmick name.
no. Yep, I paid for it all myself. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, man. So everybody used to use the same gimmick name, and
You can't do it anymore.
No, even if you ain't got a ID with you.
That was
I think it's like either a hospital, or is it like a state hospital or county hospital? It doesn't matter. They have to treat you. They can't. It's against the law for them not to treat you. I forget which one it is.
I think state hospitals have to treat you.
Yeah, they have to treat you.
Like,
So
they can't
regardless,
refuse to treat you.
you get hurt, you go. They can't refuse to treat you. So
Yeah, but Lucky's a stand-up citizen. He pays his bills. He's a stand-up citizen. He's not trying to cheat the system like all these other degenerates out there.
I pay the ones I want.
Hopefully, you had a shoot job with insurance at the time.
No.
Oh, shit.
what the hell is that?
It actually wasn't that expensive. Like it was like $960 somehow, which
Oh, that's not
you
bad.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good.
I was like, yeah, I'll pay that. I was like,
Hey, there was like one point where I had insurance. I had great insurance, and my brother didn't have no insurance. So we're like, fuck it, should we just pull the Chuck and Larry gimmick so I can put you on my insurance?
but But I've thought about this before because my best friend growing up, who lived next door to me, he passed away like 5-6 years ago. But I know all of his information because like back when you used to, I still know his phone number. Like I could call his house line that doesn't exist still right now, but I know his date of birth, I know his name, I know his social security number. I'm like, man, next time I go to the hospital, I might just like drop his name and see if that still works. Like, comes up as deceased, be like, what?
How am I dead? What?
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
Sit up like the Undertaker. I'm back.
Yeah, man. Like I when I ain't have insurance, I was like so skeptic about doing certain shit. It was like, oh, hey, we want you to do a ladder match. Yeah, I'm not doing shit with the ladder. Like,
Yeah, but you guys would do shit to other people and split people.
well, no, like, listen, I told motherfuckers straight up, like, just like when we went to CZW, like, Danny Havoc was like, oh yeah, I'll throw you into the light tubes. I was like, I'm not doing that, man. And he's like, well, I'll hit you. I was like, no, we're not doing that either. I'll take a chair shot, but I'm not. Nah, you're not hitting me with a light tube. Like I ended up wrestling with a hoodie on because I was like, fuck that. There was all the fucking glass and still thumbtacks and shit in the ring. I was like, yeah.
Oh my god, I hate when they used to do
Delaware.
that all the time, like CZW back then, is they would have a death match and then they wouldn't clean the ring for the next match.
Yeah, like if you watch that match, me and my brother versus Necro and Danny Havoc, I'm sitting there like kicking glass out the ring right before the match. I'm like, what the fuck? I was about to take my hoodie off. I was like taking my hoodie off, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Fuck.
If it's like a death match tournament and there's still like shit in the ring, when I get in the ring, I still clear that shit out when I get in.
I do that. Yeah, I've done the same. When I did Horror Slam, they did not clean up the ring at all. It was me and Alex in a light tube death match, and I'm looking. There's still broken light tubes. I'm like, fuck this. This is, you know how it is. You've done enough.
Get the fucking ring.
me, Oren, and who else was it? Was it me, Oren, Shane Mercer, and somebody else? We wrestled in Indianapolis last summer, and it was a deathmatch tournament, and we like called all these spots. Like there was a big dive spot on the outside and stuff like that because we were doing like a regular match, but it was on a show with death matches. And we go out to the ring, and Oren's first out, and they don't clean the ring for us. And so my music hits. I'm second out, and I walk through the curtain. Oren's got a broom, and he's in the ring, brooming the ring off.
Yeah.
Sweeping the ring as I'm making my entrance. And I get in the ring, and he goes, hey, you know all those dive spots we call it? Look at the outside of the ring. It's just broken light tubes everywhere. They didn't clean up anything. He's like, yeah, we're doing none of those dives now. I'm like, okay. Like, because none of us were getting paid our death match money. We weren't trying to get all fucking cut up and shit.
Right.
Yeah, that's like the new thing. They'll like sweep it under the ring or just sweep it to the floor, and then the floor is littered with fucking shrapnel. It's great.
Yeah, it's perfectly safe to be, sliding around on glass. Yeah.
Shane Mercer, that's the dude that wrestled
South Carolina. He's with South Carolina.
Big swole dude, right?
Yeah, he's huge.
That wrestled Vordell.
Yeah.
Louis?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's good. Good.
He's doing death matches?
Yeah.
No, he does death match. Yeah, he's actually in the
he's in
XPW tournament too.
Yeah.
Kid's talented, man. He's really talented. He's strong.
Disgustingly strong, dude. I think I've seen him put up like 6-something on bench, like for 2 or 3.
Yeah, he does. He puts up videos of him benching 315 for reps of like 20 something.
Yeah. And I just don't watch him, and I go and cry in the corner at the gym.
That's ridiculous.
We watched him. He wrestled.
I critique it. I'm like, dude, his butt's coming off the bench. It doesn't even count.
It's not even proper
form. Is horrible, bro.
Nah, God bless the dude's very talented, man.
He's very talented. Good for him, man. Yeah. Nothing but the best
cool
to him.
Shit, man.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Okay, Chung, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I seen him do like a fucking the Irish car bomb thing like Dan Barry used to do.
He does that shit clean, dude.
Yeah. The fucking
he did it off the ladder last weekend.
Yeah.
The moonsault fall away slam.
Yeah.
It's
fucking crazy.
Let me ask you a question. You do all these death matches with all these dudes and stuff, and like you said, the conditions are just terrible as far as like them cleaning up after this shit. You don't ever get like worried and shit about like potentially getting like really hurt or even getting sick from, any kind of
Abdullah
bloodborne
style
pathogen. Yeah,
situation.
Well,
any
for one,
bloodborne
like I won't.
pathogen.
I get messages all the time to come to West Virginia and do this deathmatch tournament. Come to Alabama and do this, and I won't. Like I'll only do like death matches with dudes I actually want to do them with, like
Okay.
dudes I trust. Like, so it's mainly just like, XPW. Obviously, I'm working. Masada. That's easy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, like No Peace. It's like, I'm working guys like Alex Cologne, AJ Gray. Yeah, Cologne was one of my last ones too. Mercer. So it's all guys that I trust. Like
That
if you were like, hey,
okay.
you're coming in and you're working fucking, our local guy Jim Bob.
You're working Kaide Lothbrok.
I'd be like, I don't think
Exactly.
so. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, yeah, that's a good
just-
question though, because
Yeah,
for me, I'd be like, fuck, I ain't.
But
juicing with that dude.
before every match, like I'm not gonna lie, I'm deathly afraid. Like, but once you get out there, they just how it is. Like, I get this big wave of anxiety, and then I get out there, and then it's gone. Once you're out there actually performing.
I mean, because
Yeah.
I've done some stuff, and I'm like, and then I think about it. Like I remember in the beginning when I first started, we went through a table, and the leg of the table went through my tricep, and then I remember like at NYWC, they
Oh,
wanted to hit me with a beer bottle in the head, and they were like, "No, don't worry,
No,
you're gonna be fine.
Absolutely not. No.
You're gonna be great. Look, we did it earlier in the night. They showed me the video, and I told the fucking promoter, I told Wayne, I go, listen, man, if I get hurt, I'm coming back into the locker room. I'm fucking you up. He's like, no, you'll be fine. Sure as shit. The bottle cracks me, busts me open.
well, didn't he tell you it was sugar glass or some bullshit?
No, it was a real bottle that
It was.
Milanakis had drilled a hole in.
And he'd shake the dime in it or some bullshit, right?
I
Or
don't
something
know.
like, yeah.
I don't remember, but then my arm wound up getting slit open. I still had the scar right here, and
then he went back and he tried killing motherfuckers.
So I get hit with the fucking shit. Guapo hits me. I get hit. I take the bump. He's standing over me. He's like, "Fuck." I go, "Get the fuck out of the ring." So he runs out. Like he's like, "Okay." So he gets out the ring. I get up. I'm selling whatever. I get back to the locker room. Wow! Fucking chair goes flying. Like where the fuck He took off.
Did he actually leave?
Yeah, he
left
ran
the
out.
building.
He ran out the
he
fucking
ran out
building,
the
dude. Yeah.
They had to get
Yeah,
crazy
like,
glue. They had to get
if I'm
crazy glue
doing
and glue me up.
If I'm doing a match and like we don't have much called and we're like walking and talking and some fucking guy comes at me with a beer bottle, like it's like, no, you know what? You can take it. Like there's no way, there's no fucking way. Like why do you like it's just dumb. Like people want to do dumb stuff that are so unnecessary. Like when they do, they're like, oh, let's take this table and then we're gonna wrap it in barbed wire. And then we're going to put light tubes on it, and then we're going to light it on fire.
I was just going to say, and we're going to put a shit ton of lighter fluid.
Yeah. I'm like, it doesn't make sense at all. You know what would be cool? Us just going through the barbed wire tables, fine. That's the vision. Like, they're so getting the visual. Like, we don't need to take this unsafe risk of lighting it on fire and all these other light tubes, and it's unnecessary overkill.
Yeah,
there's so many crazy videos.
The bar has been raised so ridiculously high. It's like guys are getting like, man, you're at Tremonts a lot. A lot of those young kids are doing risk. I think his one student, Stretch, didn't he like crack his skull, something crazy like that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I seen some dude get cut with an angle grinder recently. I'm like, what?
I saw somebody with the hypodermic needles and shit like that.
The nerve and a handful of needles they slammed him into his chest.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with people, man?
I don't know. Yeah, it's they want to keep pushing the envelope, but at the same point, like, dude, like simple is always, it's still over. Like if you do it well.
But a fight is a fight, man.
I also seen some dude like cut his fucking finger off or some shit recently, not that long ago.
You showed us the video, right?
Yeah, it was like Carnage Cup 2 or 3 years ago.
Wait, what happened?
You haven't heard about that? I forget who it was, but they apparently fucking took right? they took like a fucking pair of
shear, like a shear or something, right?
Yeah, like wire
or
shears, like the tin snips, and they cut the tip of his finger off. Well, you've seen the Spider Boudreaux fuck, what the hell's his name? I forget the other guy's
Where
name,
he
but
stabs him with
with
the
the
knife.
box cutter. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
exact
arm.
knife.
Yeah, what a fucking
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen
yeah.
that stupid shit.
I saw that shit. He like stuck it in, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? These guys. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Well,
it was-
me and Atticus Matt awarded us with the best match of H2O for the year 2021, and it was for the Danny Havoc title. And if you go back and watch the match, we used for the match 6 chairs and a trash can. That was it, and they gave
Stole
us
the
match of
fucking
the
show.
year because we fucking worked a match, and and the skewers. That's it. Like, if
Skewers
people
are
just
cool.
want- yeah.
I like.
Yeah,
the
that's
skewers.
that's an interesting
It's not
spot.
that bad.
Like,
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I seen
Unless Masada's drunk and he's
Yeah.
trying to do it to you, that is pretty
I
rough.
seen Masada do it to who the fuck was it? Damn, what's that black dude's name? Willie Mack. And I was like, man, that worked out probably perfect for Willie Mack because it probably didn't even really get that stuck in his head, because he's got a little bit of a fro. So it kind of probably held in there pretty nicely without even getting stuck in his fucking head good.
I don't know. I have this awful receding hairline.
Yeah.
that,
Well,
where when I did them with Atticus, they went right you feel it, and then because they have to get them in and they do this, and it's like thud out. Yeah, that's literally what it feels like, except 10 or 15 of those, whatever, like all pinpointing. Like you feel every thud like hitting your skull. That's the worst part.
It's a great visual, but yeah, it does.
It's definitely interesting looking.
Somebody
Yeah.
took those dysfunction in the Cage of Death the one time. Took those in the top of his hand. And then we got to the back, and everybody's like, "Oh, how was it? How was it?" He's like, "Oh, dude, everything was fine except the skewers in my hand hurt so bad." Like he's like, I forgot like what I was supposed to do next because I was in so much pain. I'm like, yeah, that sounds dumb.
Yeah, like when I worked Maddie at Beyond, they had the fucking pool noodles covered in toothpicks, and that was like the one thing me and him were like, yeah, no, I'm not fucking with this shit. Like, yeah, dude, and it wasn't like on the ends, the whole thing. Someone took the time, went to fucking the store and put a toothpick like every fucking half an inch, and it was covered. It was disgusting, dude. I was like, we're not doing this.
Me and Akira wrestled. Did a death match on the deathmatch forums in Indianapolis, and they got these guys like out there like building these deathmatch weapons and stuff. Who I don't know
building weapons.
Yeah, I don't know what their qualification is to build these weapons.
Engineers.
But we're going out there for a match, and they gave us like a pool of stuff that we could to take out with us, and we're just sitting there like picking stuff out and throwing it out. We're like, not taking this,
Yeah,
not taking
doing
this. Like,
I was like, what match was that? That somebody bought an axe. Like
That
it was
was,
fans bring the weapons match,
fans
and
bring
then
the
somebody
weapons.
they bought somebody. It was our match. Fans bring the weapons.
They
Somebody drops the
had a
axe.
trash can outside of the arena for people to leave whatever they want in there. These motherfuckers, somebody dropped an axe. We're like, I was like, I ain't using that shit.
yeah, that's easy. You do the old school Japanese, put it on their forehead and do this, and then toss it aside.
It wasn't
Not
even a new
this
axe,
guy.
though. It was like some fucking axe that somebody had in their backyard shed for like a year and a half. It was
It's
all
like
rusted
rusty.
and
It's
mangled.
got
So, Lucky, let me ask you a question. Was there ever a spot that you did that you were like, fuck, man, why the fuck did I do that? What the fuck?
I don't necessarily think so. No, I mean I've never been really like injured too bad. Yeah, I mean 36 stitches. I've never like really been like hurt wrestling. Oh, that's a lie, actually. Because I've dislocated my shoulder, I've completely torn my groin, but those were all doing like regular fucking wrestling matches. Like doing shit. Like I tore my groin and couldn't even walk for like 3 weeks doing giving a guy a fucking lung blower, like popping up in the air onto my knees.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
just
shit.
landed wrong. And next thing I know, I thought I actually dislocated my hip because I couldn't get up and walk. And I was like, oh, we got to go home. Like, and then I've dislocated my shoulder going for a shooting star and landing more on my side than I did on my, flat. let's see, and I've knocked myself out doing a shooting star and hitting the guard. Good thing I stopped doing shooting stars, man.
You were doing them to the outside of the ring?
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus Christ, bro.
hit the guardrail. Face first.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I was in Canada too, and I had to drive home.
oh,
Oh,
Amazing.
my God.
That is amazing.
Was that place in Montreal?
It wasn't IWF, it was MWF, which was essentially the feeder to IWS. I got booked on IWS after working a few MWF shows. It was all the same guys though, like Fred Lamarvell was there, XS69, Damian Viking, Shane Hawk, Mike Bailey was there as a student at the time.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Damn.
yeah, it's definitely Tough Guy Z28 says there's some crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, it definitely is, man. Like, I don't know, man. It's like I was never I loved watching deathmatch wrestling when I was coming up. But I was like, they're like, hey, you want to do this? I'm like, nah, I'm good. Hey, you want to take this? Nah.
I actually used to, like, when I used to go to all the CCW shows and sit in the crowd and watch, when like the main events happened, like the Lobo versus Zandig or Wife Beater versus Lobo or whatever was happening.
Hey,
I
how
actually-
underrated was Lobo?
Lobo was
You know-
awesome.
He don't get the credit he deserves, man. He was like he's the one that put CZW on the map in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Well, dude, he was fucking crazy. Like doing DVDs off the top of a cage to a table to the floor. Like that's I'm not taking that bump, dude. God bless like whoever like ideas that was. And they, like I know Dewey, he did it with Dewey and somebody else stacked on top, right?
Yeah.
I forget who the other one was, but gosh, that seems like a bad idea.
They were wild back in the day, man. It was outlaw shit. They just went for
But
it.
yeah, I used to like watch the death matches and like cringe and not watch and yeah. To whereas now I'm a little more desensitized to it. Like I can watch my friends and be like, that looks fine. That looks fine. You know,
Yeah.
like, oh, he might be fucked up. Like
Yeah, that like when I seen Stockade doing some of that shit, I was like, man, what
Yeah.
the fuck is wrong
And
with
then-
you, man? You're
then they'd be
crazy,
like-
dude.
But I'm going to
Uh,
the hospital now, and then I have to message him, bro. You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, can you please stop, man?
Just got hit in the
Stop.
head with a center block.
Just got-
You know?
I try to not go to the hospital for most of my stuff. Like the last couple bad cuts I've had, I've just like
Crazy glue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super glued
It works,
and,
bro.
and,
It
and
works.
wrapped them and been like, we'll see how they are in a couple days. Like, if it's
We've
still
all been
bad, I'll
there.
go to the hospital, and they're fine.
Mhm.
I mean, I went to college for 7 years. I don't have a degree, but I'm essentially a doctor.
right. You like fucking,
I went long
fucking,
enough.
hardcore Van Wilder here.
Fuck.
Oh, shit. That's awesome, man. So, hey, tell us about your match coming up for XPW.
Yeah, King of the Death Match. Wrestling Masada. We got a Schlack actually literally just messaged me while we were talking.
They say don't talk about the match.
Nah, he was like, I mean, I didn't know what we were doing, and he said we're doing concrete 10,000 thumbtacks, ladders, concrete blocks, 10,000 tacks and ladders.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
yeah, I read that they. I heard
That
Rob
doesn't
Black
sound
said
fun at all.
each match is gonna have different kinds of.
You guys
shit
wrestling at
allowed
Home
in it.
Depot?
You know what I don't want to take is concrete blocks.
Well, this is your
Yeah.
this is our resident mason in here right here. He can tell you about the concrete.
Yeah, you know who's going to end up taking the concrete blocks though, because it doesn't make sense for me to do anything big to Brig is me. Fuck, that sucks.
concrete.
What am I gonna do? Slam Brig on the blocks? That doesn't make fucking sense.
Maybe he can
probably let
throw
you do
you. Maybe he can lay you on it and do like a moonsault on top.
No,
of
he's
you.
gonna power bomb me on it. I already know.
Yeah, it's yeah. I can hear him now.
Yeah.
We can do the power bomb. And then
Yeah. Fucking.
it's
fucking
very
power bomb.
monotone.
Or
He's got
he's
his
not
dip
gonna-
in his
or he's
mouth.
not going to tell me. He's not going to tell me, and he's going to do it during the match. He's like,
Yeah,
power bomb.
you'll get the Briggs. Come on, man. We can call it out there. We don't need to call anything.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
he'll just grab you and do it. He'll be in Masada mode and just fucking kill people.
And then that's when you go, hey, let's take it home, bro.
This isn't the first time you've worked him, right?
No, we worked before.
Yeah.
We worked at Tournament of Death 13.
Oh, is that the remix one? Like, wasn't there some weird shit where it was like, wasn't there some Tournament of Death that he won, but Thumbtack Jack won it, but they took it away or some weird shit?
I have no idea.
Thumbtack Jack.
I'm sure Piers knows. He's a big CZW mark. Chime in, Piers.
It was the one where like Jun Kasai and Jackie Numazawa. Because I wrestled Jackie Numazawa in the first round. We did a dildo ladder match.
Oh shit! You should have Low Life Louie in that match.
A dildo.
I feel like I was the originator of the dildos in the wrestling.
I don't know, man.
Louis
was doing crazy shit.
He put a fucking plunger up his ass
in '99.
He was.
All right, Louis wins. Louis wins.
Louis was doing that.
He wrestled a match with a plunger hanging out of his ass.
It's not a title you should be ashamed of losing, my friend. Fuck.
Shit.
Yeah,
I seen that. He did a fucking crazy ass spot. Like the guy pulls out, like he has a dildo. He's gonna hit the guy with the dildo, and his son was standing there, and the dildo goes in his son's mouth. I was like, "What the fuck?"
I think Louis did Louis invent the fucking dildo on the Sawzor or the fuck whatever?
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me though.
I think our finish was we had one dildo that was huge, like fucking. I don't think this does justice on camera. Like a loaf of bread. It was huge, and Jackie took it like he was gonna like this, like he was gonna hit me in the like he did the buzzsaw kick like Tajiri, and that was one of his trademarks. But instead of the buzzsaw kick, he was gonna hit me with the cock, and I ducked and rolled him through and hit like a shining wizard or something like that.
With the cock.
I hit him with the shaft and balls, wizard.
Yeah, man.
It was like a comedy. It was a comedy match, and give a break to the crowd.
So, what else you got coming up besides XPW?
Bloodstorm Pro the next week. I'm wrestling Dale Patricks. That might be another death match. I have no idea. And then I'm in Ohio for GCW, and then in May, coming up in May, we got. Very good professional wrestlers retirement match. May 6th. That's for the LVAC. It's a Weyerbacher Brewery in Easton.
Who's retiring?
Weyerbacher's some good beer, man.
You said who's retiring?
I'm super. A very good professional wrestler. Avery Good, Dasher Hatfield.
Okay.
Chikara guy.
Okay.
He's retiring. Fuck.
Yeah, it's his last match. So like all the Chikara guys are getting together and doing the show. And I don't know if Orange Cassidy's coming or not. He might be there. And then I gotta go up the next night to Vermont to work for some company. I don't even know. I'm real great at promoting.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I can't. I've been dying to get on some of them brewery shows, man. Because then I'm gonna get my money's worth out of drinking.
They don't need to pay you. They can just fucking
bro. Like down here, they do them all the time in Florida, like these brewery shows, and I'm like, how the fuck these dudes don't want to book me on these shows, but they want to book me in a fucking tiny ass 20 people venue.
Yeah, you get the shows where you're in the locker room and you're sitting there fucking with your ass like next to the guy changing behind you because there's no room.
Be like, hey man, I got this podcast. Put me on this brew show and I talk about your brew.
Yeah,
there you go.
I like the beer. I'm in.
Yeah. I don't know what you fucking use it for leverage. Get yourselves booked. Get it back out there.
Yeah. I gotta get healthy, bro.
That's right. You do.
Then I'm gonna be in the ring fucking drunk because I'm gonna start drinking before the show.
I tried to stop doing that, drinking before my matches, because there was twice. Once when I wrestled the Headhunters, and then another time I wrestled John Wayne Murdoch and Reed Bentley, where I literally got like just blackout drunk before the match, which was a bad idea. And I mean, in hindsight, it was a bad idea, but at the time, it was great. But like if you drink before the show and do a death match, you bleed excessively.
I was gonna say you're probably bleeding like a motherfucker.
Like, and if there's ever been time where I did a match and I was like, I don't feel so good after the match, it was definitely the times that I decided to drink before my match.
Shit.
I remember the first time I ever fucking got cut in color. My brother was like, "Hey, have this take these aspirins, drink this beer. I'm like, okay.
No.
I'm like, okay. Fucking
And
cut
then
me. I was bleeding fucking everywhere. I
Horror
was like,
show.
holy fuck. And then he's like, hold your breath. I'm like, and then all of a sudden, like I look down and I'm like,
So
holy
it's
fuck, that's a
everything
lot
came
of
out.
blood. I was like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of damn blood. And at that time, dude, I was like terrified of fucking blood. Like if I seen somebody bleeding in front of me, I'm like, oh fuck.
I'll be
So-
over there.
When that shit happened, I was like, oh shit.
I hate blood. Like, well, me and my girlfriend, we watching like TV and something like a surgery, like on TV or something, and I'll be like this, and she's like, "How do you do what you do when you can't watch this on
Dude.
TV?" I'm like, "This is gross, I'm
Bro.
like,
So
My girl watches fucking Grey's Anatomy. I can't fucking watch it. If they're like cutting somebody open, I have to look
Yeah.
away. And she says the same thing. I'm like, it's different. I don't know what it is.
So my phobia is veins. So I went to the movies, dude. Check this shit out. And I watched that movie Stigmata when it came out. And they fucking crucified the person, right? And they went right through and the blood started coming out. Bro, I passed out in the movie theater. I was like,
Bro, I can't even get blood drawn, dude. I turned fucking pale white and I'm
See,
fucking
yeah,
covered
me
in
too.
tattoos.
Me too.
That was my thing for the longest time. Now I take my hat, I put my hat over my face, and I'm like,
Dude,
and
my
they
girl's gonna
always
give me a
go, come
Xanax.
on, really?
They gotta Xanax me to fucking get my blood drawn, dude. It's bad. And they can't find them all because of the tattoos, so it's even worse. I'm in there for like 30 minutes just
oh,
trying
you're
to find
getting
a vein.
stuck like 7 times."
Bro, I've been
They-
stuck
they-
in the
they
side
always
of the
laugh
wrist,
at
in the
me.
hand. It's the fucking worst. I hate it. I hate getting blood drawn. But I'll cut myself. I'll wrestle in glass and light tubes, no problem. But you guys stick a needle in me, I'm gonna fucking bitch out.
Yeah.
I couldn't do hypodermic needles either. Probably, I'd be like, get the fuck away from me.
Hey, I passed out getting blood taken. I was at the doctor, right? They're doing a physical. And I'm on the table, and he's sitting in the chair talking to me, and the nurse is taking my blood. And I was, because they make you fast, and I don't do well with fasting. I get sick. So he's talking to me. All of a sudden, I'm like, boom, fall off the table, land on him. When I wake up, he's underneath me like this. So then they're like, oh, they little Indian guy. So he's like, oh, there got to be something wrong with your heart. So they sent me out for a stress test, right? They make me run on this. I'm 22 years old at the time. So they had me running on this treadmill. And the basically, by the time it was done, my head was almost touching the ceiling because it couldn't go no higher. So he's like, I don't know what it is. He goes, we're going to take blood again, but do me a favor. This time, lay down because you hurt me the last time.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. I hate that shit. I
Yeah.
can't do it. I'm a fucking bitch for it, but whatever.
Thanks to work, I've gotten more comfortable
yeah.
with it.
Oh, yeah.
But
Like,
before that, I was like, oh shit.
Dude,
Wake me up when you're done.
I had to get my surgery on my stomach like a year ago, and I never had surgery. I was laying on the bed. I was fine. My girl was right next to me. As soon as this motherfucker started wheeling me off the fucking floor to the surgery room, I almost jumped off the bed and punched the guy. They had to sedate me in the bed. Like I couldn't. I was losing my shit. My girl's like, "Who the fuck are you?" I'm like, I can't. I was sweating bullets. I was threatening people. I was like, I'll fucking kill everybody in here. I was a lunatic. And then
You
they
know
put
who
the
I am?
sedation in, and I woke up and the surgery was done. I was like, where the fuck am I? I
You know who I
apparently
am?
told the
I'm
nurse I have to
fucking-
get to a show. I have to leave.
That was,
Yeah, exactly.
that was me with the COVID
I'm like,
test.
I have
when
I have
they
a
try to go-
trophy.
They try to go up your
Oh,
nose
the
with
nose?
the COVID test. Man,
That-
they
that-
had to hold me down. They had to hold me down. So I went through the drive-through one. The lady's like, "Oh, we have to." She starts pulling up my nose. I slap her hand, right? So then the other lady comes in the car. She basically comes through the passenger window and holds me back. And then the other lady's jamming up my nose. And then after that, I felt like violated. I had to pull the car over. After I had to pull the car over, and I called my wife, and I'm like, I fucking hate you right now. That's all because
Did they have to do it? Did they have to do both nostrils or just the one?
just the one, but bro,
Every time
I
I
was-
had
I
to
was
get
fighting.
that test. I had to get that test a bunch to wrestle in like New York and shit. And every time they're like, we have to do both nostrils. I was like, get the
No.
fuck out of here.
that's bullshit.
Horrible.
I did the
You did the
first time
script
when I had COVID, when I tested positive the first time, it was a saliva test. I just spit in a fucking little tube over and over again. I was like, oh, this is fucking great. When I went to go try and get cleared, they were like, oh yeah, we don't do that. We gotta swab your throat.
Oh,
So I'm like, okay. So lady goes to fucking start. She starts swabbing. She goes to. She's like, if you feel like you're gonna throw up that way. I'm sitting in my car. I'm like, bitch, I'm not throwing up in my car. You fucking crazy? I'm like, I got red seats. Like, nah. I was like, so she jabs that shit in my throat. I'm like, "Ugh," and she's like, because I started leaning right out the fucking window. I'm like, I ain't throwing up in my car. You got all this PPE on. Fuck that. But dude, that was like the worst. I think I'd rather get the nose swab than the throat.
How is shit for you, Lucky? I know you do it. You work at a gym, right? So shit shut down for you.
Wait, say again, I'm sorry.
You work at a gym, right? That's like the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So like everything shut down for you for a long ass time, huh?
It's like the 12 to 9 actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm still at work right now.
Oh, nice.
No, it was actually like
at least somebody's getting paid the podcast.
Yeah, a blessing for me. I actually gotta jump on a call in a few minutes.
Yeah, man.
It was a blessing for me because we were getting those the stimulus checks, right? And then on top of that, I was doing, because we all had to think, we didn't know what was going on when everything shut down. Like we're like, how are we going to pay our bills? How are we going to get by? We didn't know when we were going to be coming back to work. So I like right away started doing online training, doing stuff through Zoom, doing stuff through like various apps, like sending my clients workouts and stuff like that. So I was still making an income under the table because they were just Venmoing me or Zelling me, and then I was also getting that stimulus. So I was making more money than I've ever made in my life during like COVID, and like when we went back to work, I was like, oh man, I hope the second wave comes.
Good for you, man. Good for you, dude. You fucking survived this craziness.
Shit,
for real.
that's fucking awesome. All right, man. So we're wrapping it up right now. Hey, bro, thank you for coming on, man. Hey, man, after your XPW show, if you want to pop in for a couple minutes and just give us an update on how it went, that we would appreciate that.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd love that.
Even if it's like 10, if you come on for like 10 minutes, just on the beginning, our beginning monologue, and we could talk to you how it went, man. That'd be fucking awesome.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
you got it, man.
Thanks for coming on, brother. We appreciate it.
Guys,
Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much.
It was nice meeting you too, man.
Be safe, man. All right.
Yeah,
thank you,
guys.
man.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck, and you enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Later.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh.
How can people find you, man?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Promote that
social media
on the internet. Twitter. So like I said, I'm so bad at promotional stuff. So my Twitter name and my Instagram name and all that are nothing that has anything to do with wrestling. My Instagram is at BigWigNJ. My Twitter is at NeoShooter. Completely different. I don't know what either of them mean. And my TikTok, where all my great content is posted. I'm big on TikTok. I'm a wrestling influencer there.
Oh, okay.
I got 163 followers. So
sweet.
Probably at BigWigNJ, but I like TikTok. It's fun. It's more
nice.
Right. Well, thank you, Lucky, man. We do appreciate you for coming on, brother.
All right, yeah, thanks, guys.
Take
care, man.
All right,
let's pay these bills, guys, and let's take it home, baby.
All right, let's do it. Stockade. If you or anybody in your family is an athlete, then Sleeves is for you, Stockade. We offer a wide variety of all your sporting needs, and you can use our promo code NWAPOD for your 10% discount.
All right. And healthvape.com. Health Vape sells healthy vaping alternatives. All their products have no nicotine, harmful or addictive chemicals, and they're vitamin infused. So make sure you pick yourself up some of their vape and pod products using our code MWAPOD for that 10% discount. You're messing
email. What happened?
We've been trying to ask him to answer questions all show, and this is what
he's been hiding.
He's
been in hiding.
Kangaroo loving motherfucker.
Thanks for, thanks for tuning in.
Big news! He's coming up on his 200 episode, so definitely go out and show love on his show.
Show love for Pierce.
Yeah, definitely show some love for Pierce on his and congratulate him on his
I'm
20th episode.
I have a concern though. Our friend hasn't shown up for 3 shows now. I'm a little worried about him.
He was on yesterday because he liked one of the posts yesterday. Hey, you guys good?
I'm worried. Yeah, I'm
good?
worried. I don't know if I'm good.
No,
I think
I'm not good.
I think LowRyda scared him off.
I'm not good.
I'm not good
good.
either, man. We need you. We need you.
I don't even
Pretty sure.
remember dude's name, but yeah,
I don't know.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think
he
he
was
likes
on
us
yesterday.
anymore.
That's
He was on. He
likes
came
Mega,
on
apparently.
yesterday.
He was on yesterday, but no, he was just watching because I saw his
Oh.
name in the thing.
Okay.
But hey, guys, that concludes another episode.
Wait, we should have asked Lucky 13. Is he Pipe Fitter Pete? Because I don't know who Pipe Fitter
Is that
Pete is.
Chikara name?
Yeah, maybe.
It could be.
Pipe Fitter Pete's awesome.
But yeah,
Is Pipe Fitter Pete Poop Shoe Pete's brother?
maybe
Could be.
Stockade.
The fuck do I know?
Oh man.
Not all white people know each other. That's a fucking common misconception.
I think
I know,
that's,
man.
You know.
So who we got next week, Stock? Is it gonna be Nick Burke or?
I think it's gonna be Johnny Moose, the promoter of Excite Wrestling, the guy that
Excite Wrestling promoter.
Yeah, he his claim to fame, besides being 500 pounds, is he was the
How
guy
does Stockade work for him.
Well, that too. I mean, that's always a cue. I haven't been banned from that locker room yet, so I'm still going strong.
Bro,
no.
I was gonna ask you, man. I saw you post the other day, and I saw you post the other day about fucking they're doing a Crusher memorial. And by the way, happy birthday to Crusher.
Yeah, it's Crusher's birthday.
Happy birthday, Crusher. Love you, man.
Right here, man. We're fucking forever, right there on my
but,
hand.
So they're doing a show, and they're doing a memorial show for him, and you're not.
They're doing
It's NYWC, dude.
So So
listen, bro.
But it's funny because I don't see nobody there that knew Crusher.
There's not one guy. Well, like Brendan Watts, Randy Summers, Aiden Bale, Jaden Vallow, they knew Crusher because he was there, but they weren't really trained. The only one that actually I would say had any Crusher involvement would be Aiden. But I could sit here and bash NYWC all fucking night for the hypocrisy. But basically, and I know Mega will get mad. I'm sure Mega is waiting right now to text me. But this Heart and Soul thing, this is the second one. The first one wasn't named after Crusher. This is now named after him. So I don't know why now they named it. I'm glad they did because the motherfucker, he deserves a goddamn entire show named after him, not just a tournament. I think it's a little bit nonsense that guys like myself, despite how they feel about me or I feel about them, bygones be bygones for the sake of Crusher, I would come in and fucking do it. You guys should have been asked. There's a long, fucking Papadon's not even on it. And Crusher was one of the guys that helped Papadon get into business. And Jimmy still has Papadon has a great relationship with them still. So I don't know. I said my piece about it. They also turned around and told a few promoters that rent their building that they're not allowed to book me on their shows or a couple other guys. And there's a lot of shady shit. You don't tell someone who's renting your building who you can and cannot hire.
But they think maybe you're gonna sabotage the building.
Look, out of the three of us, I didn't break no fucking sink out of the three of us, so I haven't done a goddamn thing.
Neither did I.
Neither did I. That wasn't me. Wasn't me.
But look, I'm happy they're doing something. I think it's nonsense. Like, why aren't you guys in the Hall of Fame? Why haven't you guys even been asked to come back? You guys got family in New York still. Like, you can come up for a weekend.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody. I don't have any love for them. I don't have a desire to go back to work for them. I just think
but you would have for that.
Listen, if Shane texted me right now and said, "Would you come back and do a match in honor of Crusher?" I'd do it in a heartbeat. I would show up dressed. I'd leave right after the match just so to be there, no drama, and I wouldn't ask for a dime.
That's what I would do it with all proceeds going to whatever.
Yeah. And I've spoken to Jen, Crusher's late wife. I speak to his son on a regular. Crusher was like a father to me, and I was trying to get something in Jersey to do a tournament, and a lot of the guys I spoke to about doing it were like, it doesn't make sense to do it in Jersey, and the reason I was trying to do it in Jersey was because there's no bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with the headache, But again, I'm glad they're doing something, and hopefully, hopefully people realize that Crusher's contributions to wrestling mean more than petty bullshit. And hopefully they call you guys and, whatever. I'm just happy they're doing something. It just, look, we've all had bad experiences with fucking Shane or Wayne, however you know him. I don't wish him ill will.
I've actually, besides
my head getting busted open, I never had a bad problem.
Yeah. I mean, look, I was there when Guapo fucking tried to kill him. It's wrestling, dude. People are gonna fight and have differences of opinions. I come from the same train of thought you guys taught me. I'm not gonna try to take money out of anyone's pocket, and I try to show people the same respect that they give me. So,
yeah,
at least they're doing something for Crusher, and hopefully, again, if they do it again, hopefully we all get a phone call, and if we don't, fuck them. That's my thoughts on it.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
But you guys definitely should be Hall of Famers. If fucking Mega's a 2-time Hall of Famer, you motherfucker should at least be
dude, time. You visited the one. You remember when I got him the other day? He was like, people shouldn't get participation trophies, blah blah blah. He was talking some shit, and I go, so I said, so that's Hall of Fame trophy you got for HWA. That's participation, huh? He goes, fuck you.
But yeah, let's wrap it up, guys. Let's wrap it up. But thank y'all for tuning in. We do appreciate y'all. Stockade, you got anything coming up this weekend?
Yeah, actually, this Saturday is Ace Pro Wrestling. I'm sorry, Excite Pro Wrestling. I don't even know what the fuck. I'm like Lucky. I get hit in the head so much. Excite Pro Wrestling. I'm defending my tag team titles with my partner Vince Valor. We are the Warwolves. It's our second time teaming. First time teaming, we won the tag belts from Colin Delaney and Cheech. Sorry, Colin Delaney and Cheech. And we're defending the tag belts against a guy named Maddock and Jeremy Clark, I believe his name is. It's the same show that Dan Barry's wrestling Josh Alexander from Impact Wrestling. So it's, Excite Wrestling is a banger of a show, man. Great building, great setup, super talented. HC Loke's the champion. I'm sure Angel has a problem with that. Yeah, so it's awesome. It's going to be a good show. And then April 16th, I'm sure I'll promote it next week, but April 16th, man, it's the return of Foxy. Yeah, we got to get her on here for a quick. She's excited. I'm excited. Damien's apparently getting the itch. I know you're excited.
My pants just got tight in the front.
There you go. But hopefully, I'm gonna.
Bro, I actually watched her promo this morning,
dude.
It was fucking quality.
She never missed a step, dude. So I'm beyond excited. I'm super excited for this. Definitely. So hopefully we can get her on before the 16th and
definitely
get her to talk about it. So, but yeah, that's it, man.
Hey, yeah, man, go out there, support XPW. And
support indie wrestling, man.
Yeah, support indie wrestling in general. But hey, go show some love for Lucky 13 and XPW.
Fuck yeah.
And show some love for K Lothbrok here, man, doing his thing. He's rape, pillaging, and plundering all these indie promotions.
I don't know. Don't say rape, bro. Listen, motherfuckers are getting fired from their guys are getting fired from their jobs for allegations. This is the last.
All right. Well, he's just pillaging and plundering these.
I'm pillaging, and I'm sure I'll get canceled for that too. I'm stealing with consent. I ask for consent.
Christ. All right. He's bringing his own merchandise, and he's making the towns.
Exactly.
He's making the towns, bringing his own merchandise.
Again, thank y'all for tuning in. Tune in next week. Johnny Moose,
aka the Fat Man.
Check us out on Tuesdays on No Bar Sports Podcast, Sports Shows. The podcast. Make sure y'all check out Killing the Business on Friday with the King Mega, Kingpin Angel. Check out Shooting the Shit Uncensored as Pierce Austin's getting down to that number 200. What number is he on right now? I think he's like right there, right?
He made it a point. Hey, 200
episodes. Oh, there we go. Yeah, good deal.
Yeah, we already promoted you,
up, baby.
Promoted you like 15 minutes ago.
But yeah, make sure y'all check us out, man. Show that love for MWA Podcast Network. Yeah, man, like, subscribe, hit that bell. Yeah, see y'all next week. Oh, come on with this fucking pop-up, man. Damn,
man, we had a good out. Now we ruined it. There we go.